You need to listen to this podcast on how to make America mediocre for once. And the only person that could pull this off is the most mediocre person I've ever met, John Hicks. What do you call this thing? The retirement solution with you? That's very mediocre. I approve.
Helping you solve the retirement puzzle. Welcome to the Retirement Solution with John Hicks.
Here with John Hicks, I'm Jennifer Perry. And remember, if you have any questions that you'd like us to tackle for you here on the podcast, you can always reach out to us online through our website at retirementsolutionradio.com. That's retirementsolutionradio.com. And both of us are kind of bemoaning the fact that we've got more than a year left of this political season. Actually, it never really ends, does it? The election cycle never ends anymore.
It seems like it doesn't. But now that we're in the fall of the year prior to the election, it's going to really turn up the gauge. I mean, they're going to turn the amps to 11. All of the amps are going to be at amp 11 over the next year. And so, in that same vein, Jennifer, why don't we just go ahead and make retirement the next level?
Yeah. Make retirement great again.
I think this is the good opportunity, the great chance, right after Labor Day, after either we didn't labor and feel good about it or we labored differently, doing other things and feel still terrible and are just now recovering. But I think that we can actually do one thing. And so I'm going to announce that we're going to start doing this each and every week going forward. We are going to make retirement great again. I don't care who wins the elections. I don't care who our politicians are, because guess what, guys? How many years have you been working? I'm guessing more than a handful, more than the current president. And I bet you that at one point in time, you thought that your retirement was going to be great. And maybe you still feel that way. Maybe you don't. It doesn't matter to me. The point is that we're going to make it great for all of us again, because we're going to break it down to the fundamentals. We're going to make sure that we all understand the things that we need to control, because our government may not, let me tell you, they're not going to. They're not going to make it great for us. We will end up giving them more of everything we've saved, that we've earned, that we've strived for, that we've put away. They are going to be the takers. And we can do better than that, but we have to know how. So from now on, through this election and going for the rest of the time I'm on this station, until they kick me off, we're going to make retirement great again every single week. And we're going to start this week, Jennifer. I don't know what you got planned, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
You just tell me, yeah.
All right.
On a soapbox this morning.
Yes. We're going to start with the three biggest things that every one of us can do. And I'm going to break it down exactly how I teach this in our U of L classes, because this is so important. There are three things that each and every one of us can do that will actually save us from all the nonsense that other people are going to experience.
Okay.
We will actually not go through the next major correction if we do things correctly. That doesn't mean that we're not going to lose any money. That doesn't mean that we're not going to take a hit from here to there. But the whole point is, if our game plan works, we're going to feel confident. We know that we can seize the day. And by the way, the greatest thing about the way that I teach folks how to do this is that we actually, and believe it or not, we use a little Chinese study here. You ready for this? It's a little bit of Chinese study. The exact same symbol in Chinese that stands for crisis is the exact same symbol that stands for opportunity. So what I teach in my classes is how do you take the crisis and not get all hung up in that and look at the other side of the exact same word and turn it into opportunity. Yeah. So let me tell you the very first opportunity, Jennifer, we all have. Each and every day of our lives, we get a choice. I say each and every day. No, we don't have a choice forever. We get a choice until 2025. And then it's all over. We can right now choose to control our taxes. Now, it doesn't mean we should change things, guys. It does mean we need to learn how we can control them. And if you're talking about what I'm talking about probably the largest chunk of money you've saved in your life. And think about this. You tell me. You don't have to tell me. You tell yourself. Ask yourself this question. Where is the largest chunk of money you've saved in your life? Is it at the bank? If so, fabulous. You just got to deal with low interest rates. Is it in tax-free vehicles like a Roth IRA or some cash-valued life insurance? Yeah, if it is, hey, you're not going to have to worry about taxes. But if you're like the majority of people I see, the majority of your savings is in a 401k or a 403b or a traditional IRA or a 457 plan or a tax-deferred annuity, whatever it is. And guys, every single one of those things are landmines. They're landmines for when the government finally clicks that button back and we're going to be in a higher tax bracket. So the question is, can we potentially do better by shuffling that money from that tax-deferred vehicle honestly, ethically, and legally into a tax-free bucket? Yeah, right now we can actually do that. And by the way, here's one of the greater things about that. Even if you weren't able to contribute to a Roth IRA in the past, what if there was a way that you could get money into a Roth, even if you could never contribute historically? Does that sound decent? For a lot of people, it sounds really good. The question is, does it work out for you mathematically? This is what we teach in our U of L classes. How can we decide if this is the right thing for us to do or not? Should we do it? How long should we do it? Should we do it each and every year methodically from now until 2025? Should we wait for the market to careen off a cliff so that we can take our money that hopefully we didn't lose that much on and then go buy Amazon or Google or BlackRock or take your pick? I don't care what it is. So I'm not advocating any of these companies, but should we buy that stuff on pennies on the dollar? Should we buy Costco stock if it's down 70%? I don't know. Maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't. But what if you could do that in a tax-free vehicle? That gets exciting.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things that we can all control, but we got to know how. Control your taxes. Number one and one alone. Number two, you have to have a game plan outside of Social Security. You have to. I don't care what anyone says. I don't feel confident that our government, with $22 trillion of debt, is going to be solvent enough to keep paying all of us as we age. Every single day in this country, 10,000 people turn 65. And they are that much closer to putting their hands out saying, hey, Uncle Sam, I've been paying into this system for a long time. I think my employer has been doing it too. And I'd like to get some of that back, if you would, please. and the problem is that we're $22 trillion in debt. And we do not have the workers to pay into the system that we used to.
Right.
Now, does that mean that it's going to go bankrupt? No, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that. I don't think that at all.
I don't think so either, but they're not in a hurry to fix it either, John, in Washington.
They don't seem to be in a hurry about much of anything on fixing crap for us. That's part of the issue. So when you look at that and how it works, we got to understand, where is our income going to come from? I know I've said this on the show before. I'm going to say this until the cows come home. If you do not have 3 to 4 completely separate income streams in retirement, you're not setting up to really get a good retirement out of that. And the reason why I say that is not because, what if you save $7 trillion and you also only have 2 income streams? Well, you're probably okay. I mean, let's be real. But for the average of us, for the normal American, for those out there that have done well, we've saved $400, $500, $600, $800, $2 million. We still need 3 to 4 income streams. So if the market does take a hit, that we can still get income from other sources. I don't care if it's a Texas Roadhouse franchise that you own a piece of. I don't care if you got a piece of a Subway, as long as it's producing money. I don't care if it's from a pension or you're pulling from savings. I don't care if you have a rental property. It doesn't matter to me. You need to have 3 or 4 income streams, not including Social Security. That's imperative. So that means no matter what happens to the economy, you can live. That's another one. We teach how that's done in our classes. So important. And number 3, not only do you need to not make decisions on politics, you need to really understand what you own. So the biggest thing that this world has done to us is now everything's very polarized, right? I don't care where you go. It's either pro-guns or negative guns. It's either pro the president or negative the president. It's only one or the other. It's black and white. Guys, we should all be living our world in the gray area. Yes, we have to have black and white sides to everything we do, but the gray area is where most all great things are done. It's called compromise. It's called meeting in the middle. It's called understanding how to negotiate our differences so that we can all do better. And it's absolutely no different with our finances.
Right.
Do we understand what our finances are going to do when the market falls off a cliff? If you don't know your maximum drawdown, your MDD, you're screwed. I'm not going to lie to you. You are. Because it doesn't matter how great that strategy was. If you can't stick with it, you will fail. And what's going to happen if the market goes completely up, if it goes way up and you can't make as much? Are you going to stick with that plan? I see a lot of people, they're in some stuck investment. The market's up 20%. They're only up 2%, and they want to bust out of it tomorrow. The problem is if they don't stick with that strategy, they're going to fail. So the question is, just like politics, there is not just a black and a white. There's a lot of gray area, and that's where most of the deals are made. What does your plan do? If you don't know the gray area of your plan, chances are you won't be able to stick with it, which means you may not be able to get the right things. This is how we make retirement great again, guys. You can almost do this with a political quandary or political thought, just as you can do it with your own finances. But we need to understand the government is probably going to take more of what we made. We need to keep as much in our pocket as we can. At the same time, we need to have proper income streams. I don't care where they come from, as long as they're consistent and we can rely on them. And we need to not base decisions on politics. We need to understand the black and white, but we need to understand how we utilize the gray to the best of our abilities. If we do these 3 things, and this is what I teach at all my classes, you will win.
Yeah.
You will win if you can actually understand and adopt and put in practice those 3 elements. That's how we make our retirement individually great again.
Seeking out the retirement solution that works for you? Seek us out online at retirementsolutionradio.com.
Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if John Hicks is licensed in your state, please call 502-690-5635. J. Hagan Capital Inc. is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through John Hicks, Kentucky Insurance License number 998827.